Hey guys, welcome to the weekend. It's Saturday, a day of football activities. A lot of football matches are happening around the world, and we are here for it. Very excited for it. And you have matches like Liverpool, Arsenal. So last time out, we asked you guys to predict the result of the game involving Alaves and Real Madrid, and only one person got it right. Right, only one person got it right, and as you can see, that's his username. It's Kian Robert. I actually know him from YouTube. He's one of our friends here on YouTube. So please reach out to me so I can share our VIP 2 odds with you. And of course, if you're interested in our VIP 2 odds, do reach out to me. My username is in the comment section. So the very first game we have here, before we even talk about the first game, if you are new to the channel, please like the video and subscribe to this channel as well. And one more thing, please remember to share this video with your friends who bet on the England Premier League. The games we have for today are very interesting and they need to be approached strategically. Most people may not know and may just go about betting on these games as they usually do, but these games need to be approached strategically. So share this video with any friend, relative or enemy who bets on the England Premier League. Today's games are very interesting and need to be approached strategically. So the very first game we have for you here is Liverpool Arsenal, and I need you guys to comment in the comment section the scoreline involving Liverpool and Arsenal. The correct winner, whoever gets the correct scoreline, will win the VIP 2 odds next time out. So it's Liverpool Arsenal. So you look at Liverpool, fantastic form at home, 4 wins and 1 draw. They literally haven't lost at home. Isn't that interesting? Now you look at Arsenal away from home, 2 wins, 2 losses and 1 draw. Their head-to-head is also very interesting, which shows that the last time Liverpool lost at home to Arsenal was in 2020. That's a long time ago, almost 4 years ago. It's also important we look at their standings to see where the two teams are and how important this game will be for these two teams. And when you look at their standings, one thing you will see for sure is that Liverpool is position 2, right? And then Arsenal is position 1, and only 1 point difference separates the two teams. So in view of the fact that Liverpool has had such a fantastic home form, right, and Arsenal too isn't bad. Look at Arsenal away from home. They lost twice, right? They lost twice, have won twice, and lost once. So when you look at the fact that Arsenal too has had a fantastic away record, losing marginally, and against a Liverpool team that they will want to rub shoulders with, it's a game that can swing either way. And so as not to be caught in the swinging, wherever way it goes, we have to look at it from the handicap perspective. We have to look at it from the handicap perspective. So what we are doing right now is we are giving Liverpool a 2 goals handicap. We are saying, let's assume that Arsenal proves stubborn and actually beats Liverpool at home, which is unlikely. Liverpool will not lose by 2 goals, by up to 2 goals. So the odd for Liverpool 2 goals handicap is priced at 1.60. And it makes sense. It totally makes sense, because even the last time that Liverpool lost to Arsenal, which was in the EFL competition, it was by just a goal. It's actually a game that should end in a draw, yeah. I know most people might go for over 1.5 goals, over 2.5 goals, but then you have to trade cautiously, because we saw what Liverpool did against Manchester United. It ended in a draw. And last time Liverpool played Man City, a lot of people played 2.5 goals, and it was 1-1. And that cost many people their winning ticket. So we need to be very careful with games involving 2 heavyweights. The next fixture we have for you guys is again from the England Premier League. West Ham and Manchester United, 2 very inconsistent teams. And again, it needs to be looked at very strategically. Now you look at West Ham at home. fantastic club. 4 wins and 1 draw. And you look at the teams they've beaten. They've beaten Wolves, Freiburg, Nottingham Forest, and even Olympiacos. Now you look at Manchester United away from home. 2 losses, 2 draws, and just 1 win. Just 1 win in their last 5 away matches. And now their head-to-head shows that it's a fixture that both teams have enjoyed equal success. West Ham beating United. United also beating West Ham a couple of times. And this season with United, you can't really know what to expect. You can only hope for the best if you're a Manchester United fan like myself. And then the worst happens. So in view of the fact that Manchester United is playing some good football in recent times, I mean, they drew Liverpool away. I mean, most of the injured players have begun returning. We cannot also play a West Ham straight win because, again, Manchester United has the pedigree. They can decide to turn up if they want to. So for that reason, we have to look at it from the handicap angle. And what are we saying here? We are giving Manchester United a 2 goals handicap. We are saying that they will not lose by up to 2 goals. Right? They will not lose by up to 2 goals. And when you look at their last 2 defeats by West Ham, the goal difference was just 1. Right? And it's also interesting that we look at the games United lost away. When you look at the games United lost away, they did not lose by up to 2 goals. So what it means is they usually always score back to reduce the deficit, or they keep it at maybe a 1-0 loss. So data supports the fact that if United should lose this fixture, they won't lose by up to 2 goals. And it's the best betting option at the moment. Some might play over 1.5 goals, sure, but it's not a given. It's not guaranteed because, again, with United, anything is possible. Their last 2 away matches didn't produce up to 2 goals, which is pretty interesting. So we need to trade cautiously. So the odd for a 2 goals handicap to United is 1.18. The next fixture we have for you is from the England Premier League again. It's Fulham versus Burnley. So you look at Fulham at home, 5 matches, 4 wins and 1 loss. It's interesting that the last game they lost, or the last time they lost, was to a team that is traditionally in the top 4, which is Manchester United. So every other team that is below them or on their level, they have either beaten, they have actually beaten. And look at the goal difference. Look at the number of goals they end up scoring. So they don't just defeat the team, they score a lot of goals in the process. They've been pretty quality this time out. Now you look at Burnley, a team that is struggling for form. They've been very, very shocking. Their coach, company he could be sacked and might return to his family's company because the results have been very shocking, very, very shocking. So 4 losses and 1 draw. And their head-to-head, even though they haven't met in the Premier League because Burnley just came back. So, and I mean, those days, Burnley was a much better team than what it is now. But we are going to judge them based on current form. Fulham isn't taking prisoners at all this season. Right? They beat you hands down, and that's it. And that's what they've done in their last 5 matches. So we have to double chance Fulham. It's a game they should win by 3 goals to 0, 3 goals to 1. But it's a game that they will win and score a lot of goals in the process. So it's for this reason that we are double chancing Fulham to win or draw in 90 minutes at odds of 1.90. The next fixture we have for you guys is from the England Premier League again. It's Luton versus Newcastle. And a very, very interesting match again. I don't know why they brought a lot of all these funny matches together on a Saturday. It might look very simple to the eye. It might look very, Newcastle will win. I'm going for a Newcastle victory. And then Luton beats them in 90 minutes. Because again, as I said in my last video yesterday, what's really interesting is that we are entering the second half of the season. And most of these relegation-threatened teams like Luton have begun investing in psychologists who will hype them up, tell them to inspire, to transpire, to maguire, to expire. All those motivational speeches that can get some of these average Luton players to feel like they're Madonna and Pele. And especially at home. And we've seen what Luton has done to all these big teams. They nearly defeated Manchester City. Manchester City escaped through their noses last time out. Arsenal literally escaped through their noses. Liverpool couldn't escape. They drew 1-1. So what I'm trying to say is that against a Newcastle team that has been very shocking away from home, a Newcastle team that has been very shocking, has lost 4 times and drawn just once, right? It's going to be very interesting there. It's a game we have to look at from the angle of the handicap. When you look at Luton, you realize that Luton hasn't lost by up to 2 goals at home. That's an interesting stat. So we are giving Luton a 3 goals handicap, and it's the best possible odds that can be given for this game. So a 3 goals handicap to Luton is priced at 1.60. So that's the betting prediction for this very game, to be on the safer side. Because it clearly doesn't look like a game Newcastle will win in 90 minutes. The next game we have for you guys is from the England Premier League. It's Nottingham Forest versus Bournemouth. So you look at Nottingham Forest. By the way, Nottingham Forest has recently sacked their coach. They've brought in a coach, who was quite popular in England. He did well with Wolves. I think Nuno something. His name is Nuno something. I've forgotten his other name. He did very well with Wolves. And then he went to the Saudi League, where he really struggled. He really struggled for impact. He had a team that had World Cup winners, Champions League winners, and has fumbled really badly. So they had to sack him, and now he's with Nottingham Forest. So you look at Nottingham Forest, four defeats, even though I think their former coach would have turned things around if they gave him time. And now you look at Bournemouth, which is rejuvenated. They've been playing very good football. Since their losses to Manchester City and Everton, they've gone on to pick 9 points on the road. And against teams that you wouldn't expect. Against the Crystal Palace team that is tight at home. Against Manchester United, that was doing well at the time. They didn't just beat them. They beat them by a lot of goals. So again, we understand that there is usually the new manager bounce for many teams when they sack a coach and then they get a new coach. But we need to be careful here. We need to be very careful. We are giving Bournemouth a 2 goals handicap. So we are basically saying, let's assume that Bournemouth gets to lose. They are not going to lose by 2 goals. And of course, when you look at their last 2 meetings, even the one of which happened in the Championship, you realize that Bournemouth has always had the upper hand over this team. So they didn't lose by up to 2 goals in their last 2 meetings. Most of their meetings happened in the Championship. So the odd for Bournemouth 2 goals handicap is priced at 1.15. And of course, the final game we have for you here, again, another very interesting match that needs to be looked at strategically, is a game involving Tottenham and Everton. So you look at Tottenham at home, 5 matches, 3 losses and 2 wins. We will never understand how Tottenham went from challenging for the title to now scraping top 6. And unsure if they will even qualify for the Europa with this shocking form at home. Now you look at Everton away from home. 5 matches, 4 wins and 1 loss. As I always say, Everton is a classic example of whenever life throws dirt at you, whenever life makes things so difficult for you and you feel there is no way out, never give up. Keep pushing, because you never know where your superpower lies. You never know that test could be just what you need to unlock new solutions to a difficult problem. They were deducted 10 points. They were already struggling. They got 10 points deducted from them unfairly, I would say it. But look at what they've done. 12 points on the bounce. Literally 12 points. Better form than most teams at the moment. So against this Tottenham team that misbehaves at home, we have to look at the game very strategically. We are giving this team, the Everton team, a 3 goals handicap. We are saying that if Everton loses, they are not going to lose by up to 3 goals. Right? And of course, when you look at most of their meetings, you realize that the last time they lost by more than 3 goals was just once. Once in 5 meetings did they lose by more than 3 goals. Every other meeting, they've either drawn this team, or if they were to lose, they will either lose by 2 goals. But again, we can see that the Everton team is clearly in better form, while Tottenham is still trying to recover. I don't think most of the injured players are fully back, all of them. So we have to give the advantage to Everton that if they are to lose this game, they're not going to lose by more than 3 goals. And the odd for it is 1.40. So these are the matches we have for you guys. And as always, please be careful. Take your time with these games. Anything can go wrong. Do your diligence and research as well. But we've really taken time to take you guys through, to explain the rationale, the data, the science, the historical proof for each and all these games. So show us some love by liking the video, by subscribing to this channel. And as always, it's nothing but love and appreciation for you guys. Thank you.